know what, Albert?
Then you got guys that, I gotta tell you something. Then they look both sides.
Yeah.
No girls around. Yeah. It's only me and you, motherfucker.
I know. Have I ever done that? I don't know. You know me for years, but I know guys who've done that.
Yo, you got guys that look.
They're telling you, yo. So what you did? So what happened with that girl Saturday night? Yo, hold on. They look around. Yo, this is what happened.
Yo, they look to both sides like they're
pussy farted.
Yo, they look to both sides like a car's coming.
Yeah.
Dude, we're not crossing the street. Yo. What the fuck?
So what happened with that chick? Yo, this is what happened. They look around. Well, they push you to like a little corner to talk about it.
And they start lowering the voice. Yo, that shit was good. I'm like, yo,
she squirted. She fucked up my sheets.
I know. Bro, she's like a water gun, bro. She almost blinded me.
Yeah.
And they keep looking around. I was like, bro, it's only us two. Like, nobody else. Yeah. Nah, you never know who's coming. Yeah, if you see somebody coming, just lower your fucking voice.
Yeah.
So I never understood that. I never understood.
You're right, man.
Never understood. You could be in the block, in the middle of the street. Yo, nigga, what's up with that that morena you had?
You could be in the desert. Yo. The guy will look to the side.
Yo, nobody coming? Nobody. Yo,
nigga, it's just us and a cactus.
Yo, I was pounding that pussy like... Yeah, nigga, why you couldn't say that before you look? Like, you had me scared. I don't know why dudes do that. Like, I wonder if girls do that amongst themselves.
They have to, I think, yeah.
Any guys around? Yo, I was rubbing my titties so hard. Like, I don't understand.
I made fire.
I never understood that. Never understood that. But to each his own. Then they go, yo, the other thing that I hate. Yo, you my boy. But I'm going to tell you something. Can you keep a secret? Dude, if you're my boy,
excuse me.
You don't have to tell me that. Once I know that your voice is changing, I know you got to tell me something nobody needs to know. Yo, can you keep
And then we'll say it in the podcast.
Can you keep something between us? Yo, if you're telling me something, that means if it was more people around us and you start saying whatever, that means everybody could know. Yeah. But if it's just me and you look left and right to see who's coming, yo, this is just between us. I was like, okay, you don't got to tell me that. Never understood that. And people to this day still do it. People to this day still do it.
It's true, man. With the so what happened with that chick? Yo, hold on. They look around before they tell you the story.
Then they're halfway the story. Yo, nobody coming? Nobody coming? No, motherfucker, nobody's been here for 10 minutes. It's just me and you.
Oh,
do you want to text me the rest of the story like that? I know.
Oh, man, that's funny. But yeah, other than that, it turns out for me, the only shows I've watched, I've been watching Ted Lasso. I'm almost done with that. That's been actually good. It's just a good break to watch, like a quick comedy. It's funny because it has the British part to it. Yeah. And then it has the soccer part. And then like on one of the episodes, they introduce like like they get like a Spanish guy. And then that guy, I love to play. He's a mad energy. So it's a good show. So I've been watching that. Started watching Mandalorian. I'm going to try to catch up. I'm way behind because I want to talk about it on the podcast. So
episode 1 of season 2 is great.
So I'm only on episode like 3, season 1. Because I watched it last year up to like episode 5.
Okay.
And whatever, the Gina Carano, but I wasn't fully paying attention to it.
Yeah.
So I'm rewatching it so I could get a better grasp of it. So I watched the second episode today. Today work was a little bit busy, so I didn't get a chance to watch it all. So I'm watching that. The only other thing I've watched, I think, is on HBO. It's on HBO. I think it's called Undone. It's with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
And Hugh Grant. It's more of a suspense. Somebody gets killed, and you're like, oh, shit. How, it's pointing to something, and something seems off. So it's not too bad. So me and my girl watched that. And the only one thing I was thinking about, and I wanted to talk to you about it. Like 2 nights ago, I don't know what it was. I wanted to watch The Honeymooners. So I was looking for it in the app. I looked for it like on the
cinema?
Nah, on Mob Drill, because Mob Drill has a lot of 24/7. You know, they have channels. They have like fucking Happy Days. They got 24/7 Laverne and Shirley, I Love Lucy. They got a lot of old shows. And I'm like, Little Rascals. They got everything.
Okay.
But I couldn't find the Honeymooners. I'm like, fuck. So then I think on Prime I found the Honeymooners, the Lost Tape. So I watched that. I just wanted to be in bed and watch the Honeymooners. So I watched it. My girl was on her iPad, but I'm like, I don't think she's going to get this because it's so old.
Yeah.
So I was telling her, yo, you see that? They used to be called Icebox. They didn't have fridges back in the days. So she was cracking up because Ralph Cramden was mad funny. She actually was laughing.
Now, this was the color version or the black and white?
Black and white.
Okay.
And I told her, and I said, you know what? To be honest, this is me, you, Al, and the Wilder. If we could pull off a perfect costume, I will be Ralph Cramden, and the Wilder will be, I forgot her name. I will be Ed Norton, and Yanni will be Trixie. Alice. So, yo,
one of these days.
That will be, like I said, and the neighbors.
Yeah.
So
he lives upstairs.
Yeah. It's no total opposite. So I was telling Yanni, because Norton came down to the house, and I was like, yo, he's the original Martin.
Yeah.
He throws people out.
Yep.
So she was cracking up, and I was telling her, yo, this is Al. My best friend is just, we live backwards. Our two girls and all this shit. And she was like, you know, she got it but didn't get it. And I was like, this is perfect. This would be us. So prior to that, like, I know we kind of skipped Halloween. We didn't do this. Is the first year we didn't dress up. So for next year, we're dressing up for sure. You know, granted, anything crazy doesn't happen,
yes.
But I can't wait to get dressed up next year. But other than that, like, is there any shows at night that if you watch, it relaxes you? So I thought about this because I'm like, if I'm watching the Honeymooners, it takes me back to, I guess, back when I used to watch it. Anthony used to watch every night, and I think to this day, I think Anthony watches it to go to sleep.
Okay.
I know when he was living in Florida, he had the VHS. He goes, yo, Papa, or the DVD. He goes, I watch it to go to sleep because his father religiously watched it all the time.
Yeah.
So I got it a lot from Anthony. But Anthony watches it, I think, just to go to sleep. Like, that's his background noise.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, I'm like, if I watch the Honeymooners, I'm in a chill mood. I don't want to look at my phone. I just want to. And the same thing if I'm watching Cheers. If I watch those two shows, they get me relaxed. I don't know why. Is there certain shows that you can watch at night to decompress?
Well, lately, it's just been the Big Bang Theory. Just like you said, like those all-day channels, right? When I used to decompress for New Year's Eve after coming from a party, it's the Honeymooners, because the Honeymooners were on Marathon.
Yeah.
So if I get home like, let's say 5, 6 in the morning, I couldn't go to sleep right away. I needed to watch at least 4 to 5 episodes of the Honeymooners, because I knew by a certain time when I wake up it wasn't going to be on anymore.
Yeah.
But now we have the luxury that we could go and find these episodes and just watch it. Like when we came back from Boston, I was like, yo, I haven't watched Cheers in a long time.
Yeah.
Let me look for it. My app had it, and I started watching the pilot all the way to maybe halfway of the first season. Yeah. I'm like, holy shit. This show was, not past its prime, but before its time. Like, the jokes that we're saying.
You know what I also like about a lot of those old shows? The way they insult each other.
Oh,
it's so like nowadays it'll be like, if you're the way you're not even dissing them because they do it so nice. It's not as brutal as the words now.
But the jokes that were saying back then, you can't even say that shit on TV now.
Yeah,
like
right.
Watching Three's Company, right? This motherfucker saying he's gay.
Yeah.
To stay in an apartment with 2 girls and not to pay too much because of the fucking super.
Yeah.
Well, one of us, and you try to get away with shit like
yeah, they were calling him a flower.
Everything.
I watched one of the the same thing on those channels. me and my girl watching, and it was one of the when he first was trying to move in. That he had moved, and I don't remember those.
So that was with the Roper.
Roper, and I don't remember those. So then Roper's like, "Oh, you're like a flower," making fun of him, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Holy shit!" And the same thing, marriage. Like I said, the honeymooners. His whole thing was like, one day, pow, right in the kisser.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch you. That's what I was telling my girl. I'm like, yo.
He always said that to her. So imagine saying that on TV now when there's girl power and this and that. It's like, yo, you can't. It's Married with Children. There's certain things that they were saying back in those times that you can't even say now.
Yeah.
But going back to you're saying there, if it was the TV shows. So when I first moved out here, 70s show was a show that I constantly needed to watch. To relax me. And it's a new show, but I don't care how many times I had to watch the same rerun. It was just, it will make me laugh, but I'm mellow out.
Yeah.
So 70s show was one of them. Like I said, Cheers was good. Believe it or not, some people don't like it, but Seinfeld. I used to watch Seinfeld at 11 o'clock at night, 2 episodes, and I'm laying down in my bed. Once those 2 episodes were done, I knew I could knock out. And sometimes Friends used to do that for me. A lot of people don't like Friends now.
Yeah.
But Friends, it doesn't have black people. But I'm just watching a TV show. Like, I don't care. You don't have too many Spanish people or whatever. Mm. And if you do have Spanish people, like Seinfeld, the one Spanish guy that I remember, the gay Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
No.
Are you talking to me?
I saw it first. And then Kramer wanted the dresser.
Are you talking to me? You must be talking to me.
Yeah. And then George got the busboy fired.
Yeah.
Jose, whatever's his name.
Oh,
and he went to go say, I'm sorry. And then his cat ran away. Yo. So, Seinfeld was one of the shows that used to do that to me. Like, oh, shit. Like, I needed to watch at least one episode of Seinfeld before I knocked out.
Yeah.
Because it was always back-to-back Seinfeld episodes.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying.
The bad thing now, because we have so many things, like a lot of those shows, like you said, I love to watch them to decompress, but because I got Hulu, we got the apps, I got Netflix. There's so much content that's like, all right, do I want to watch a Seinfeld when I could watch a new show?
Yeah.
A show that we talked about and nobody's watching it. The only other show that I started yesterday that Baron put me on to, and it's not too bad so far, is Fargo, the newest episode. I mean, newest season.
Oh, with Chris Rock. So
I started watching that last night. And so, so I'm going to try to watch that in the next few days. But, it's just like I said, there's so much new content that at times you're like, you want to watch the old school stuff because the old school stuff always gets you chilled. And you never go wrong with Seinfeld. You never go wrong with the Big Bang Theory or
the 70s. It don't matter.
Or the 70s show.
It don't matter.
I can watch the 70s show.
And you never go wrong. Heard the joke so many times.
Yeah, even Red. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can never go wrong with those shows. But then it's like at times you're like, oh, I want to watch something new. So then you go looking like. Even tomorrow, I'm thinking of watching the wrestling pay-per-view because I didn't watch it. So there's so much content nowadays.
You know what's funny? That MTV at 6, from 5 to 7 in the morning, and I know this because I turn on my TV to get dressed. They used to give Saved by the Bell. And I used to watch Saved by the Bell for at least 20 minutes before I went to work.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
the same thing.
I'm like, holy shit. You know what? Let me DVR some of these episodes because I want to watch them when I come home. And it just brought me back to when I was young and I used to watch Saved by the Bell on a Saturday. I think it used to come on either 10, 11 in the morning. And I'm like, oh shit, I remember these episodes. Now I gotta fucking...
Yeah, like Saved by the Bell for me is a Saturday.
Yeah.
Early
Saturday.
Early
with a
Saturday.
fucking bowl of cereal, bro.
Even that, and there was another show with the guy from Blackish.
California Dreams, baby. He was
one.
It was in a band.
I could watch that, mellow for Saturday. That's a Saturday morning. Yeah. The same thing with like back in the days, the Saturday morning cartoons. I don't know if they. I think I tried to check once.
Boomerang.
What they
you
do.
can watch Looney Tunes and the